So with mobile money management and mobile apps going out there for banking, it's really important to be able to keep up with where your money is going. So many people use Mint and various other apps for budgeting, but there's one of these new apps and websites that have came out that I really like, and it's called Personal Capital. And it's a great investment and banking and budgeting tool and app that you can use to take control of your finances. Stick around to find out a little bit more. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Chase and this is a Penny Pincher's Guide channel. Thank you so much for joining in. So Personal Capital, what exactly is that? Well, it's a alternative form of budgeting app, but more so it's an investment app, and that's what they're really kind of going for. So if you're going from Mint and trying to decide between Mint and Personal Capital, then if you want purely just for budgeting, then Mint is the one to go for. But if you would like a retroactive perspective on your finances and use it for budgeting as well as for investments and retirement and checking for cash flows, all that lumped in together, then Personal Capital is really the app and website that you would want to go with. So what exactly does it do? Well, Personal Capital is a aggregation website app, right? So it takes a whole bunch of different aspects and pulls them together and makes it into one app that you can use to determine your finances. So you plug in your bank accounts and from different places, your investments, your credit cards, all that. It takes all this information throughout the month and it tells you your cash flow, your investments, your budget, what you're spending all your money on, this particular allocations and sectors that you're looking at too, as well as for all your investments. It gives you your sectors and breakdowns for that as well. And it just gives you a good snapshot of what you're doing with your money for that month and also what that month is going to be affecting in the future. So you may be thinking, well, wait a minute, I'm plugging all my information, all my details from my banking account, and you're telling me that they're not just gonna go and take this and run with it and steal all my money. Well, let's take a step back and look at the foundation of Personal Capital and the person who really founded it, and we'll kind of reassess at that point. So let's talk about the founder of Personal Capital, Bill Harris. So Bill Harris, if you take a quick look at his LinkedIn profile, and I know you can do whatever you want with these, but you take a quick look and you see that he went to Harvard Business School. He's been a CEO of multiple different massive companies out there, specifically Chipsoft. He was the CEO of Intuit, which many people know and use TurboTax. He is also the founding CEO of PayPal, MyVest, and as you see down there, Personal Capital as well. So there's some big ones that's going on right now. He currently is working with Tricore, X-Tech, and Nirvana, all being the chairmans and CEO of those. So making a big impact in multiple different big companies. So somebody like this is a big player in a company. It's a legit company that he's in right now. And just going through, you can see these particular experiences that he's been a part of, the companies that he's started with, and the board of directors that he's been on, multiple different big name ones that we've all heard of, Answers.com, GoDaddy. The list really goes on and on. So you can see from that Bill Harris and the company Personal Capital in itself is a relatively credible company and app that you can use to track your finances. So that's a big deal. So basically what you do is you plug everything in and then it starts going to work for you and it analyzes what you have spent over the past month and will continue to do that over as long as you leave it linked up, and you can continually check in and not have to log into multiple different accounts and investments and credit cards and retirement accounts and all that. You'd only have to log into one account to see all that and track it. So it's really useful to save you a lot of time and a lot of headache from plugging in all those passwords. So let's go ahead and talk about what Personal Capital will specifically do for you. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the portfolio analysis. And if you take a look at what you're seeing right now, this kind of gives you a good allocation of your portfolio and breaks it down into sectors so that you can determine if you're overweighted in a certain sector or not, starting with your initial international stocks, US stocks, bonds, international bonds. There's alternatives and just your cash in general as well. So it breaks it down, and if you're somebody that is doing their finances based on percentages of sector, then you can break it down from that point too. And you can go even further and click into that particular sector, and it'll break it down into the smaller sectors within that sector. The next pretty cool thing that Personal Capital really offers is its fee analyzer, and it really hits on really cutting down the fees that go with index fund investing, and that's one of the biggest things that it's kind of hit on with the new day and age that people are using more and more funds and for their investment instead of investing into particular single stocks. So they will actually show you that how much the fee that you are using or will be losing over the long term compared to what they could be doing for you. And that's one of the reasons why this app is so free, is because they use this information to show you and to kind of pull you into their product that we'll talk about in a minute. The next thing that I would kind of want to point out is that it's able to track and determine your cash flow for the month. So what you bring in versus what you spend is going to be your cash flow, and keeping a good mind about that, having a good budget, you can determine that anyways, but this gives you kind of a real time, like if you did kind of go over a little bit or you went under, it kind of shows you exactly what your cash flow is, and you can kind of start changing that over the next few months as you see it happening retrospectively with the app. And then one of the coolest things about it is that it actually allows you to track your net worth. I really enjoy this feature because it gives me a good understanding of where I am and where I want to be. It takes in consideration all of your investments, your cash, your debts, your automobile, your house. You can actually plug that into Zillow, although I don't think it's quite accurate, as Zillow sometimes can be misinterpreted and the values can be off a little bit, but it plugs all that in and gives you a good net worth where you are and where you can expect to be as your income and everything starts to increase. So a lot of free stuff and great tools that you can use to work with your finances, but the real question is how can Personal Capital give you all this free stuff, all those great products, and still stay in business and still stay afloat? Well, what they really do is that they use their aggregation and pull everything in, give you this great product, and so that you'll stay with them. And what they call this is, it's called a loss leader. So they're losing money making this product and putting it out for free, but what they're hoping to do is to convert into clients, and those clients are the ones that they're gonna make money off of. So their biggest thing that they do is for wealth management, and what they only charge is about 50% basis points, which comes out to be about 0.5% of the amount that you are investing into the app. Whereas with many other financial advisors, their typical fee is about 2%. So with a difference of about 1.5%, that's a big difference, and that actually will show that within their fee analyzer that we talked about a little bit earlier. So that's the biggest thing. They offer these great products, and then once they get you here, then they will start, put up these little ads for their wealth management, ads for their financial advisors, and that's how they really make their money. So I'm a big fan of Personal Capital. I use this in conjunction with my online budget spreadsheet that we talked about in previous videos. I use that plus retroactively looking at it with Personal Capital and determining exactly where my money is going and exactly what I want to do with it. I like it because it gives me a good snapshot of where I'm at and where I could potentially be in the future, and it also analyzes, the fees that I'm using as well as the retirement planner, cash flow, and the analysis of how my stocks are doing in their particular sectors and if I'm overweighted. So with that being said, if you did get any good value from this video, go and hit that like and subscribe button, as it really does make a big difference for our channel. And if you want to know a little bit more, want to learn a little bit more, or just see some more great videos from us, go and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget the notification bell. That makes a big difference, so you can be updated whenever we put out new videos, at least every Tuesday and Thursday, and hopefully more than that every week. So with that being said, we just want to remind you to pinch a little bit.
Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, make sure to check out the video that's on the left-hand side of your screen.
Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like more great content and to support our channel.